Less than a week after Garrison Brown passed away at the age of 25, the Sister Wives star was laid to rest with his entire family in attendance. Brown's cousin Emma revealed in an Instagram post that his funeral took place on Saturday, March 9. "Dear Robert," Emma wrote in a special tribute to Brown, "I had to dress up for your funeral today, and this is everything I wish you could have heard before I had to say goodbye." Garrison Brown's cousin shared some snapshots of him throughout the years. Emma shared that she doesn't have a picture of him without his contagious smile. "I don't know if I have the right words to say I'll miss you," she continued. "I wish I was able to give you a hug and tell you how much you were loved." Emma pointed out that Brown was a human who had flaws. However, she never once doubted the friendship she had with him. "I'll always cherish the times I got to spend with you," she shared. "We planned to go on so many backpacking trips but only made it to one. I'll miss your goofy dad jokes, our coffee runs, the dinners we shared, the times we watched movies, and you always let me put messy face masks all over our faces." Garrison Brown's cousin went on to add that she will always remember him for his caring nature. "You always made sure that I had ate, and made sure I knew I could always talk to you. You were a son, a brother, a soldier, and a friend. If there is a God, I hope he's giving you peace. I love you, Robert." Garrison Brown passed away on March 5. Authorities confirmed that he died by an apparent suicide. Meanwhile, Garrison Brown's half-sister, Kody Brown Padron, took to her Instagram account to pay tribute to him. "My heart breaks for my brother who is no longer with us," she wrote. "But it rejoices knowing he's with his fellow warriors in Valhalla drinking and fighting with Odin." Kody continued to write she hopes Garrison Brown is loving his place amongst the stars. "Garrison was always the funniest person in the room," she then noted. "He was one cool dude, and I cry so much because my kinda will never be able to experience his fun presence. But he will live on in all my memories. Have fun up with the stars, little bro, you're missed." Kody also shared a sweet picture of her brother, as well as 2 quotes by Kady Kavinsky and C.S. Lewis. However, Leon Brown is looking back on good times with their half-brother Robert Garrison Brown after the Sister Wives star's death. The only child of Mary Brown and Kody Brown, who uses they/them pronouns, posted an Instagram tribute to Garrison on Monday, March 11. In the first picture of their post, Leon smiled while posing next to Garrison at Gwendolyn Brown's wedding in July 2023. They also included some childhood photos of Garrison. "To the stars, Bowen to the stars," Leon captioned their post, quoting the 1996 film Dragonheart. Garrison was found dead at his home in Flagstaff, Arizona, from a self-inflicted gunshot wound on March 5. He was 25 years old at the time of his death. 4 days later, loved ones gathered to lay the TLC star to rest in a private funeral. The Arizona resident shared a father with Leon, with the half-siblings growing up in the same polygamous family. Both of their mothers, Mary, 53, and Janelle Brown, have since ended their relationships with Kody. However, Janelle and her estranged husband, who share 6 children, put on a united front in the aftermath of their son's death. The former couple released a joint statement to confirm the news of Garrison's passing. "Kody and I are deeply saddened to announce the loss of our beautiful boy Robert Garrison Brown," Janelle wrote on Instagram on March 5. "He was a bright spot in the lives of all who knew him. His loss will leave such a big hole in our lives that it takes our breath away. We ask that you please respect our privacy and join us in honoring his memory." Before his death, Garrison appeared on his family's reality show quite frequently amid his strained relationship with Kody. The tension between the two became a storyline on the show during the COVID-19 pandemic, as they often fought due to disagreements over which guidelines to follow. Garrison was estranged from his father when he died. Meanwhile, Leon has distanced themselves from the show in recent years. Mary and Kody's child, who was born as Maria Brown, came out as transgender in June 2022. "I remember the first time that I knew I wasn't a girl," they shared. "I was pretty young, and unfortunately, I grew up in a context that was incredibly gendered and restrictive, so I continued to be socialized as a girl and later a woman. And here's the thing, I'm finally ready to share my favorite self with the world. And that self is incredibly genderqueer, trans, and unapologetic." TLC cameras were reportedly in the middle of filming for season 19 of Sister Wives when Garrison passed. However, on March 5, 2024, the Sister Wives world was rocked by the tragic death of 25-year-old Garrison Brown, and fans are curious about the funeral service. The Brown family was first introduced to television audiences when the show premiered in 2010. At the time, the family consisted of the patriarch, Kody Brown, and his 3 wives, Mary Brown, Janelle Brown, and Christine Brown, and their 12 children. The family would later add a 4th wife, Robyn Brown, and 4 more children to the clan. Since Robyn joined the Brown family and the cast of sister wives, the once big, happy family has fallen apart. Christine, then Janelle, and finally Mary divorced Kody, leaving him married to only Robyn. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Kody feuded with his older children, especially with Garrison, who couldn't follow Kody and Robyn's strict virus mitigation rules. Garrison was found dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound at his home in Flagstaff, Arizona on March 5. Following the tragic death of the National Guard veteran, a funeral is being planned to honor the life of the young man who was lost too soon. Though multiple members of the Brown family, including Garrison's parents, Kody and Janelle, have made statements following his passing, information about funeral plans is still forthcoming. Details are likely to be kept under wraps to ensure privacy for the Brown family so that they can mourn in peace. After almost 30 years of marriage, Kody and Janelle ended their spiritual union during Sister Wives Season 18, and it was a contentious divorce. Janelle was Kody's 2nd wife, and they share 6 children together, including Garrison. They were married 2 years after Kody married his 1st wife, Mary, and less than a year before Kody married his 3rd wife, Christine. It would be 16 years before Kody would add a 4th wife. Kody and I are deeply saddened to announce the loss of our beautiful boy, Robert Garrison Brown. He was a bright spot in the lives of all who knew him. His loss will leave such a big hole in our lives that it takes our breath away. After Kody's marriage to Robyn and the Brown family's move out of Utah, Janelle and Kody could no longer make their marriage work. Though they ended their marriage on bad terms, Kody and Janelle will likely come together for the funeral to pay their final respects to Garrison. They will have to set their anger and resentments aside to be there for the rest of the family, who were also mourning the profound loss. However, Kody and Janelle took to social media after news of Garrison's tragic death broke to personally share the devastating news, which they notably did together. Kody and I are deeply saddened to announce the loss of our beautiful boy, Robert Garrison Brown. Janelle wrote on Instagram, alongside photos of Garrison. He was a bright spot in the lives of all who knew him. His loss will leave such a big hole in our lives that it takes our breath away. My words seem to fall short. Our hearts are broken, and we are now swallowed with the love now left behind for this beautiful brother. Garrison's sister, Madison Brush, shared her own tribute on Instagram, posting a photo of Garrison with her 2 children, Axel and Evie. My words seem to fall short. Our hearts are broken, and we are now swallowed with the love now left behind for this beautiful brother, Madison wrote. Kody's 1st wife, Mary, also posted a beautiful tribute on Instagram, ending it by saying, "Garrison, you are loved and will be missed." The family is normally always filming, whether it's actual cameras or on their phones. As sad as it is, his unexpected death came during the timeline of filming. However, despite the fact that this is the biggest tragedy to ever befall the Brown family, a source exclusively revealed to the U.S. Sun that Sister Wives Season 19 will be filming the aftermath of Garrison's passing. The family is normally always filming, whether it's actual cameras or on their phones, the source said, adding, "As sad as it is, his unexpected death came during the timeline of filming. Based on past schedules of previous seasons, the potential release window for Sister Wives Season 19 could be in mid to late 2024. However, after the unexpected death of Garrison Brown, some of his friends are calling for the cancellation of the long-running TLC show Sister Wives. Currently, the family and friends are enduring the horrible pain of losing a loved one, compounded by the gut-wrenching knowledge it was at his own hands. Undoubtedly, everyone is searching for answers to why he chose to leave. It is heavy on the hearts of all who knew Garrison Brown. While the entire Sister Wives community has been affected by the death of Garrison Brown, the people closest to him are bearing the brunt of the pain. Likewise, most likely his family and friends are sorting through unexpected emotions that arise after the untimely passing of a person who was loved. However, many times there aren't answers. Unfortunately, the hollow feeling that can be left in the wake of a suicide can tear the souls of the living, and there is no good way through grief. It is a journey of waking up every day and not knowing how it will present. Although it is most likely a surreal time for Garrison's family and friends, especially Kody and Janelle Brown, it is hard not to point fingers and blame someone or something for the deep loss of a precious human. Without a doubt, Garrison Brown's friends are hurting in his absence. Several of his friends have posted memories and photos of their dear friend after his passing. Sadly, you can see the gaping hole Garrison left behind for his family and friends who love him dearly. But some friends are calling for the cancellation of Sister Wives in light of his suicide. After Garrison Brown's passing, there seems to be a call from his friends to cancel the TLC show Sister Wives. Fans have watched Garrison and the entire Brown family grow up on the screen. But some of Garrison's friends are pointing his early death to the turmoil of the experience from being on the show. On Reddit, a user started a thread about Garrison Brown's death, saying, "Anyone else see that some of his friends are sharing memorial posts of Garrison with the hashtag #CancelSisterWives? I have to agree with them. If this is a result of trauma from the public image he could not consent to, then they have an obligation to cancel this show and protect the other children's mental health." Currently, the Sister Wives community seems to care about the Browns during this terrible loss of Garrison Brown. Most are supporting the family and understand they have difficult decisions that lie ahead for them. But some weigh in on the thought of cancellation. "I hear what you're saying, but good or bad, there are 100 other reasons why this show was a train wreck from the jump. The show isn't responsible for anyone's suicide. The person who deserved a reckoning had the ultimate reckoning, and now he'll have to live with that for his entire life." While it is unclear what all the contributing factors were for Garrison Brown's death, it is a huge loss nonetheless. Furthermore, deepest condolences go out to the Brown family as they navigate this difficult journey. However, a week after Sister Wives Janelle and Kody Brown shared their son Garrison had died, Christine Brown shared another heartfelt tribute to the late. The Sister Wives are continuing to memorialize a core member of their family. Christine Brown, one of Kody Brown's ex-wives from his plural marriages, shared a loving tribute to one of Kody and Janelle Brown's 6 children, Garrison Brown, who died earlier this month. Every photo with Garrison in it is now infinitely more important than ever before. Christine wrote in a March 11 Instagram post, "I am scrambling for just another glimpse of such an incredible man, brother-son." Janelle confirmed Garrison's death on March 5 in a joint statement with her ex Kody. He was the pair's 4th oldest child. The former couple, who also share children Logan, Madison, Hunter, Gabriel, and Savannah, together have reflected on their loss. "Kody and I are deeply saddened to announce the loss of our beautiful boy, Robert Garrison Brown." Janelle wrote in a March 6 statement, "He was a bright spot in the lives of all who knew him." The statement continued, "His loss will leave such a big hole in our lives that it takes our breath away. We ask that you please respect our privacy and join us in honoring his memory." And Christine, who also shares 6 of Kody's 18 children he has with her, Janelle, ex-Mary Brown and wife Robyn Brown, also initially spoke out about the family's devastating loss on her own social media. She specifically called out Garrison's ability to bond with her daughter Truly. Garrison was a wonderful, caring brother who understood Truly's need for a hobby and built her a flower bed. She wrote in a March 7 Instagram post, "We'll miss him forever." While most of the Sister Wives' marriages with Kody have ended in the last few years, the women and their children remain close to one another, and they've come together while mourning Garrison's death. However, Kody and Janelle Brown are going through the worst experience of their lives, as they've lost their precious son Garrison Brown, and fans appear to be taking sides. Kody's used to criticism, but the shade he's getting right now probably hurts more than anything that he's encountered online in the past. He's still reeling after losing one of his children, and Janelle's in pain too. However, fans are giving her so much love. Kody's getting the opposite. Sister Wives Season 18 was unpleasant for everyone but Christine Brown, who seemed energized after finding the courage to leave Kody and start over. Even an elated Christine had issues sometimes, including anger over the way that Kody treated the wives that remained. Kody hit turbulence with Christine, Janelle, and Mary Brown, and the drama was grueling. Sadly, no one knew that something even worse would happen once the season was over. Kody and Janelle have so many fond memories of their son Garrison. While Kody clashed with his son sometimes, most parents do fight with their kids. Since Garrison and other Brown kids have talked about their problems on screen, it's not that surprising that certain fans are calling out Kody now. However, the timing of their critical comments makes them especially hurtful. This isn't the typical reality TV drama, it's as serious as it gets. This is someone's child. So while fans are clearly giving Janelle their condolences and sending their good energy to her, Kody doesn't get the same comfort. He must grieve as the world attacks him. That adds even more pain to an already heartbreaking experience. Kody may have learned to tune out haters, but in the past, Kody has been hurt by critics. So imagine how much it could be negatively impacting his state of mind right now. As people sound off on Instagram, dad shaming him when he lost a child to suicide days ago, they must realize that he might see it and react to it. Sure, fans want to share their feelings, but this is a bit irresponsible. Kody might be on the edge. Why would anyone want to push him over? These are questions that only the commenters can answer. In the comment section of a post that wasn't related to Garrison's passing, a fan shamed Kody. "You should have been there for him and Janelle." That comment was left March 11, 2024. Of course, Kody will be thinking the same thing. I should have been there for Garrison and Janelle. So really, the commenter is just intensifying the guilt and shame that Kody's feeling. Since he had no idea that his son was going to do this, he was blindsided by a terrible event. He probably feels like his soul's being wrenched from him. Doctors have said that parents feel like that when they tell them that their children have passed away. Yes, Kody's problems with some brown kids were common knowledge. They were shown on screen. For that reason, people feel that they have the right to comment on Kody's parenting. However, what's shown on screen is only part of the picture. There is more under the surface, and what was featured on Sister Wives is just the tip of the iceberg. Underneath that, there's the inner worlds of the Brown family members, including the late Garrison. Everyone keeps some of their thoughts private. In a sense, it's impossible to fully know another person. Garrison was raised by Kody and Janelle, and yet, in his final moments, he chose to commit an act that neither parent expected, although both loved him and knew him so well. The secret side of Garrison, cloaked from cameras and off-screen chats with family members, was coming out. Kody will get trashed forever because he's perceived as a villain, but no one knew that Garrison would do this. The viewers didn't know either. They didn't fully know Garrison either. Yet they feel that they know who bears the blame for his passing, but again, they don't know for sure. What Garrison hid wasn't a dark side, it was pain. He hid some of his pain. Perhaps he was trying not to burden others. He was a great brother, son, and landlord. He was active in the military. He'd been making real progress in his life. However, he had some issues. His family problems did weigh him down sometimes, but so did issues with alcohol and an ex-girlfriend. A lot of pressures were impacting him. That doesn't mean that he didn't love his mother and father. Of course he loved them. It also doesn't mean that his parents didn't know him. It's just that the most intense pain in his psyche was something he chose to keep private. Now that his spirit soars free in heaven, the people on earth who miss him have to suffer, but they love him still. They suffer because he was a sweet person and they love him. Of course, Kody would probably change certain things if he could, but there's no one ringing the bell, and that's what's so horrible about this. No mean comment is going to bring Garrison back. So, what is the point of being mean? All it does is hurt a man who's already at the lowest ebb. Kody may eventually speak out more about his son's death. Until then, fans can only guess what he's feeling. Some may think he's detached from his non-Robyn children, but that's not the case. This kind of final goodbye hurts more when there is bad blood and unfinished business. That's because there is no opportunity to ever fix things. Those chances are gone. So Janelle has the comfort of remembering a more peaceful relationship with Garrison. Kody must remember their arguments and what happened later. Both must walk a rocky road, but Kody is the one who is most likely to blame himself, although it's never fair to blame oneself or another person for someone else's suicide. Through 18 Sister Wives seasons, the Brown family's gotten more jaded. Everyone has changed. However, Garrison never lost the acute sensitivity that he had. It was just a part of him. He didn't grow that thicker skin. A person's sensitivity can be a beautiful thing. For example, Garrison's sensitivity inspired him to build a flower bed for Christine and Kody's daughter Truly Brown. She needed a hobby, and he was there to find her one. Sensitivity is beautiful, but often it hurts. Like every gift in life, it has possible drawbacks. Garrison may have turned to alcohol to numb his sensitivity. Some people are wired to be more sensitive than others. People with a lot of empathy feel everything. Sometimes it may seem like they feel too much. Kody is getting dragged, but there's so much going on here. It's a lot more complicated than it seems because people don't reveal every single facet of themselves to others, even when they are immediate family. So there may be things about Garrison that no one knows. Janelle deserves the love she's getting now. For years, she cared for her children, and she often did it alone, especially during the pandemic. She used to be one of the Brown family breadwinners. She went off to work to help the whole family, including her children and the other Brown kids. Janelle's an amazing friend to Christine. Yes, Janelle voiced her frustration with Kody in season 18, but they needed to have those tense conversations. Sister Wives star Janelle Brown is all about common sense. She's always been bright, warm, and intelligent. Even Kody said he hoped to reconcile with her. Now, they need to move forward as grieving parents rather than enemies. They need to try not to blame each other. Hopefully, their faith will give them the tools to forgive each other. They are still healing from their split, and this tragedy is the saddest thing ever. It's truly heartbreaking for Kody too. The clip shown above highlights the love that Garrison brought to other people's lives. However, it also shows how much his parents cared about him. A younger Garrison bounded into the house to see his parents. Kody greeted his son warmly. There was no visible tension between them. Then, Garrison ran to his mom and gave her a big hug. That hug lasted for such a long time. It was pure love. A lot of people bear some responsibility for making the family's life harder, including the press and mean fans. However, the Browns are public figures in a high-drama business, the reality TV niche. For years, the Brown family's ups and downs have been dissected. From the sister wives' coyote pass war to jealousy among the wives and beyond. The kids might not have chosen public life, but they still had to deal with fame. Regardless of anything that's happened, it's a good time to honor Garrison's memory. There's also value in looking back at the Browns' happier days, which Garrison said in a text chat that he missed. Fans are emotionally invested in Sister Wives. They have very strong opinions about the cast members. Even now, when someone has died, new comments are popping up all day and night. Kody and Janelle both deserve sympathy, as do others who are grieving. Many fans are also grieving. The ones who share opinions about Kody's shortcomings may never have been through this type of trauma. They might not understand how delicate a person can be, emotionally speaking, after this type of shock and horror.